Tell you how he came out and played in this game. And then the bench was brilliant. Terrence Shannon, part of the rotational change Chris Finch made. Shannon, seldom used, had 9 points in the first 3 minutes of the second quarter. He had 2 points in the series entering game 3. Naz Reid, as effective as there is in the NBA coming off the bench, had not made a 3 in the first 2 games of the series. He finished 2 for 2 from behind the arc on this night. Julius Randle struggled in game 2. He's been such an effective player throughout his NBA career. Great on the offensive end. He was a stopper defensively as well. SGA just 4 of 12 from the field as the primary defender Randle was, and the Wolves win big.
Let's go back to Minnesota and to NBA champion coach Michael Malone. Michael, the Wolves took control of this game from jump. What was the biggest change you saw from Minnesota tonight compared to games 1 and 2?
You know, a lot of people talk about Chris Finch. You have to make adjustments. What can you do differently? As a guy that's coached in this league, to me, it's not about what you do. It's more important in how you do it. And you could see from Jump Street, as you mentioned, Ryan, Minnesota was aggressive, they were physical, they were desperate, and they were urgent. Their defense on Shea tonight was outstanding. Anthony Edwards came out very aggressive on both ends. And the bottom line is, we talked about it, in game 1 and 2, Minnesota turned the ball over. Tonight they didn't do that. Their bench was phenomenal. Naz Reid made his first 3s of the series. Terrence Shannon Jr. came into the game in the second quarter, had a huge impact, and they didn't put Shea on the foul line. So great job on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander with their defense, value in the basketball, Anthony Edwards being a superstar, and just an all-around great night. Now the challenge is, can you do it again in game 4 to try to tie it up?
That's a great point. So how do they do it again in game 4 and beyond? Because OKC has kind of owned this series up until this point, but Minnesota, maybe they found a cheat code.
Well, the cheat code is not beating themselves. You go back to the regular season, they beat OKC twice. They beat them tonight, and one of the key stats in those 3 wins is that they didn't beat themselves. They are the #1 defense, OKC. They turn you over. They lead the league in steals, so you know you can't fuel the break, and that's what happened in game 1 and 2. Tonight, that wasn't the case. They forced OKC to play in the half court. They were more aggressive against Shea. They were more disciplined against Shea, and once again, their bench, which has been really good for them all year long, Naz Reid, Dante DiVincenzo, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and you have to give Chris Finch a lot of credit. He implemented a new player in his rotation, throwing out Terrence Shannon Jr., and it paid off dividends tonight. So they're not satisfied. They came back, protected their home court, and we know that OKC is going to be ready for all that come game 4.
Okay, so let's talk about OKC getting ready for game 4, and in particular their star. You talked about it, held to just 14 points, only got to the line 4 times. You've said how good SGA is at getting to the line. So for him, for game 4 and beyond, how does he handle the aggression that he saw tonight from Minnesota?
Well, now that you've seen it, now you have a feel for it. You watch the film. Mark Dagnall is a great coach in his own right. He'll get his team prepared. They'll talk about all their shortcomings, but he missed some open looks tonight. But I felt overall the Minnesota defense was a lot more aggressive tonight. Rudy Gobert had 2 steals in the first half, had a block in the paint. I thought he gave them some really valuable minutes. But, hey, Shea's an MVP for a reason. Coming off of a 38-point game, we know he's going to find his rhythm, but it's not just about Shea. In game 2, he had help from Jalen Williams. He had help from Chet Holmgren. He's going to need other guys to step up to make his job easier.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is now a series. We will see how OKC responds in game 4. Michael Malone, thank you so much for
I was super happy. I won't say proud. I was super happy about the physicality that we brought and the energy that we brought. Because being down 2-0, man, it's all about bringing energy, and we brought high energy.
You talked about unexpected production from guys like the rookie Terrence Shannon Jr., TJ's what you call him. Julius Randle got benched in game 2. He said he had moved on and was going to come out and play aggressive tonight. Just what did you like about the way he responded?
He's a vet, man. A vet knows what to do. He knows how to respond. He knows not to take nothing too personal. And that's what he did, man. He came in with the right energy and shoot around this morning. And I can see it in his eyes, man. He wanted his respect back, and he got it.
How do you do it all again in 2 days on Monday night?
You got to erase this one. This one is over. I know everyone is happy about this one, but we know this team, OKC going to come out and bring hella energy and be ready to go, and they're going to try to win Game 4, and we got to come out and exceed their energy and try to, get a win and go back to Game 5. So we'll be ready.
Congrats on the win to both of you.
Yeah, we just didn't bring it from an energy and focus standpoint. Yeah, to sum it up, we just didn't have it. They obviously had it with the sense of urgency, knowing like if they go down 3-0, it's going to be pretty tough. And we just, what it felt like, just eased into the game, and they didn't, and they blitzed us pretty early, and then we were never able to get back because of it. But yeah, they just came out with a sense of urgency, and we didn't. And on top of that, when you play a really good team, it looks like that. So we got to come out with a sense of urgency, and then see where the game lays.
Was there a...
Anthony Edwards, 23 years old, and he's already got 15 career 30-point games in the playoffs. Not only is that the most in Wolves franchise history, it's the same number as all players in team history combined. Edwards has done it in just 40 career playoff games. Wolves star Julius Randle joins us now on SportsCenter. Boy, Julius, there are performances, and then there's what your team delivered tonight. How would you describe the level of defensive intensity your team played with for 48 minutes?
That's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take, and that's what we're capable of, to be honest. It just takes a mental focus for us, and know that they're a great team, and we got to play like how we played tonight for a full 48 minutes. We've done it through stretches, done it in stretches throughout the first 2 games, but we had to put a full 48 minutes together, and that's what we did.
All right, so how repeatable is this? I mean, how do you repeat a performance like this?
I think defense, you can repeat that every night. That's who we are. That's how we've played all year. That's our identity as a team. So I feel like we can repeat that defensively, and then offensively it's just about making the right play and sharing the ball.
Which you did a lot of tonight. You particularly, you go for 19 through 3 quarters, Julius, and then the bank shot to start the 4th quarter and the 3-pointer for you. Given how things went in Game 2, what was that sequence and that standing ovation like?
It was great. It was great. It's amazing to be back in front of our home crowd, to have that energy in the building. So we knew we had to come out right and play with energy, and they definitely gave us some juice tonight. So for us, it's always about the bounce back, how we shake back, and we definitely did that tonight.
Yeah, and then Julius Ant goes for 16 in the first quarter. He outscores OKC all by himself. He goes for 30 on a night where obviously he didn't play big minutes. When did you get the sense that it was going to be one of those kind of nights for him?
And it's always locked in. It can always be that kind of night for him. He's special. There's nothing that anybody can do to slow him down or stop him.